Alright guys, let me tell you something that's been shaking up the entire internet lately. And if you haven't heard about it yet, where have you been hiding? There's a storm brewing, a quiet kind of chaos that's got everyone glued to their screens, whispering in group chats and refreshing timelines like their lives depend on it. And at the center of it all, Sonia. Yes, that's Sonia. The one who just casually dropped a movie that hit 1 million views in 2 days like it was nothing. But here's the thing, it's not just about the numbers anymore. There's something else going on, something people are noticing, but nobody wants to say out loud just yet. A ring, a certain sparkle on a certain finger, and suddenly everyone's detective mode is activated. Is it just a prop from the movie? Is it something more? Or are we all just reading way too much into things because we're bored and nosy? Stick around because this gets interesting. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's really being said behind the scenes. Now, before we get into the juicy stuff, let's talk about timing. You know that feeling when you're waiting for something and you just can't stand the anticipation. Like when you're watching a series and they leave you on a cliffhanger right when things are about to pop up. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. Because here's the truth, not everything is supposed to be rushed. Some things need to simmer. Some things need to cook slowly so that when they're finally served, they hit different. It's like trying to eat a mango before it's ripe. Sure, you can bite into it, but it's sour, disappointing, and you're left wishing you had just waited. That's the vibe right now with whatever Sonia's got going on. People are hungry for answers, hungry for confirmation, hungry for the tea to spill. But what if the tea isn't ready yet? What if forcing it now would ruin the entire experience? Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a strategy. And smart people know that. Let's be real for a second. Sonia is not your average public figure who overshares every breakfast, every thought, every mood swing on social media. Nope. She moves different. She's selective, intentional, and borderline mysterious when it comes to her personal life. And honestly, that's powerful. In a world where everyone's out here telling their business for likes and validation, she keeps her cards close to her chest. If she hasn't posted it, if she hasn't confirmed it, if she hasn't given you a full press release with receipts and timestamps, then guess what? It's not your business yet. And that's not shade, that's just facts. She's deliberate about what she shows and what she keeps private. So when something does slip through, whether it's a ring on her finger or a cryptic caption, people lose their minds because it's rare, it's exclusive. It's like finding a limited edition item that most people will never get their hands on. That's the kind of mystique she's built, and it's working. But here's where things get tricky. When someone drops a project, especially a movie that's clearly a labor of love, the last thing they need is distractions. And by distractions, I mean unnecessary noise. You know what I'm talking about. The random gossip, the side commentary, the unrelated drama that people try to attach just because they can. Sonia just released something huge, something that deserves all the attention, all the flowers, all the streams and shares. And what are people doing? Some are supporting, yes, but others are too busy speculating about her personal life to actually promote the work. That's the problem. That's the disconnect. If you really support someone, you focus on what they're putting out there, not what you think might be happening behind closed doors. Let the movie breathe. Let it reach the people it's meant to reach. Let it grow organically, without being overshadowed by rumors and guesswork. Because at the end of the day, that's what pays the bills and keeps the creative engine running. Not speculation, not theories, actual views, actual support, actual engagement with the art itself. And speaking of support, can we just take a moment to appreciate what actually happened here? 1 million views in 2 days. Let that sink in. Do you know how rare that is? Do you know how many creators would kill for that kind of momentum right out the gate? That's not luck. That's not a fluke. That's the result of talent, consistency, connection, and a fan base that actually shows up when it matters. Sonia didn't beg for it. She didn't have to run 10 different promo campaigns or pay for fake engagement. She dropped quality and the people responded. That's organic growth at its finest. And it didn't happen in a vacuum either. It happened because fans, supporters, even people who just casually enjoy good content, all came together and said, yeah, this is worth watching. This deserves my time. That's powerful. That's the kind of energy that builds legacies. So to everyone who clicked play, who shared the link, who left a comment or a thank you, seriously, you're the real MVPs in this equation. Now back to the elephant in the room. The ring. Oh, the ring. Let's talk about it because clearly nobody else is going to stop talking about it anytime soon. People have been zooming in on photos, slowing down videos, comparing angles, asking friends of friends if they know anything. It's like a whole investigation unit formed overnight. And here's what's being said, quietly, carefully, like people are afraid to jinx it. That ring, it doesn't look like it came from a costume department. It doesn't have that cheap, prop-like vibe. It looks real. It looks intentional. And if you know anything about body language and subtle hints, you know that when someone wears something on that finger, it usually means something. But here's the thing nobody knows for sure. And that's okay. Because if it's real, if something big is actually happening, it will come out when the time is right. Forcing it, pressuring it, turning it into a spectacle before it's ready. That's not support. That's just messy. So yeah, people are curious. People are excited, but the smart ones, they're just watching, waiting, and letting things unfold naturally. There's also this growing conversation about fairness and how people in the industry treat each other. Because let's be honest, the entertainment world can be brutal. It's competitive, it's cutthroat, and sometimes people get left behind or overlooked for reasons that have nothing to do with talent. Sonia is someone who's worked hard to get where she is, and she deserves to be treated with respect. She deserves fair recognition. She deserves opportunities that match her skill level. And when other creators or brands or even former collaborations reach out, whether it's for a repost, a shout-out, or a potential project, that should be seen as a good thing, not a threat, not a power play. Just two people or entities trying to work together and build something positive. The call for unity isn't just some feel-good slogan. It's necessary. Because when people collaborate instead of compete, when they lift each other up instead of tearing each other down, everyone wins. The content gets better, the industry gets healthier, and the fans get more of what they actually want, which is good entertainment. But let's not pretend like everyone's on board with that mindset. There are always going to be people who thrive on division, who stir up drama just to stay relevant, who can't stand to see someone else winning without trying to dim their light. It's exhausting, honestly, and it's old. The audience is smarter now. People can see through the nonsense. They can tell when someone's being genuine versus when they're just chasing clout. So if you're out here trying to ride someone's wave without actually contributing anything meaningful, don't be surprised when people start calling it out. On the flip side, if you're genuinely supporting, if you're sharing because you believe in the work, if you're collaborating because you see potential, that energy gets recognized too. And it comes back around. That's just how it works. What's also interesting is how this whole situation has sparked bigger conversations about privacy, boundaries, and what fans are entitled to know. Because sure, when you're a public figure, you sign up for a certain level of attention. People are going to watch you, follow you, have opinions about you. That's part of the deal. But does that mean you owe them every detail of your personal life? Does that mean they get to demand answers about your relationships, your decisions, your next move? Absolutely not. And the ones who understand that, the ones who can admire someone's work without feeling entitled to their entire existence, those are the real fans. Those are the ones who stick around for the long haul. Everyone else is just passing through, looking for something to gossip about before moving on to the next thing. So if Sonia chooses to keep certain things private, that's her right. And if she chooses to share something down the line, that's also her choice. Either way, it's on her terms, not ours. There's something almost poetic about the way all of this is playing out. You've got a creator at the top of her game, delivering work that people genuinely love and connect with. You've got a fan base that's passionate, but also respectful enough to give her space. You've got whispers of something new, something exciting, something that could change everything. And all of it is happening in real time, unfolding piece by piece, like a story that's still being written. It's the kind of narrative you can't script, the kind of energy you can't fake. And honestly, that's what makes it so compelling, because we're not just watching a movie or following a celebrity. We're watching someone build a legacy, make choices, navigate challenges, and do it all with grace and intention. That's rare, that's special, and that's exactly why people can't look away. Now let's talk about what happens next, because this isn't the end of the story, not by a long shot. The movie is still climbing. The conversations are still happening. The support is still growing. And whatever's coming, whether it's related to that ring or something else entirely, it's going to be big. You can feel it. The energy is there. The foundation has been laid. And when the time is right, when everything aligns, it's going to make waves. But until then, the best thing anyone can do is stay focused on what actually matters. Keep watching the movie. Keep sharing it with people who might enjoy it. Keep celebrating the wins. Keep holding space for the possibilities without demanding immediate answers. Because that's how you show real support. That's how you contribute to something bigger than yourself. So here's the deal. If you've made it this far, you're clearly invested. You care about what's happening. You want to see where this goes. And that's exactly the kind of energy we need more of. Not the toxic kind, not the invasive kind, but the kind that celebrates excellence, respects boundaries, and stays ready for whatever comes next. Sonia's doing her thing, and she's doing it well. The least we can do is match that energy. Watch the movie if you haven't already. Share it if you loved it. Talk about it. Recommend it. Let's keep that momentum going. And as for everything else, the mystery, the speculation, the what ifs, let's just trust the process. Good things take time. Great things take even longer. But when they finally arrive, they're worth every second of the wait. So stay tuned, stay supportive, and most importantly, stay ready, because something tells me best is yet to come.